In this video I'm going to take you through a quick test I ran to see if simply changing the publish date on a page would change its performance in Google. I'm going to take you through what I done and the results that I got, but if you're looking for a quick answer, it doesn't seem to do a great deal when combined with a small change, but it does seem to play a pretty big part when combined with a larger change, and also if you're trying to recover lost rankings. So let's take a look at what I found. So this is the first one we're going to look at. It's a real client account, so I've had to blur a lot of stuff, but I'm happy to show you the results. So this page right here, basically what I done is on the 2nd of March I changed the order of the images that were on this page. I made the font size of the first paragraph larger. I changed the publish date to be the day that I done it on, and then I resubmitted it to Search Console. This is in Search Console right here over the last 16 months. The 2nd of March is somewhere around here, and as you can see nothing really happened at all. So on that one I would say that changing those things, the image order and the top font size and then the publish date and then resubmitting it, wasn't enough to make a difference. This is the next one we're going to look at. So this one here, what I done is I added in an FAQ section, which was about 300 or so words extra with schema FAQ markup. Then I changed the publish date to the day I done it on, which was the 16th of February. And then I resubmitted it to Search Console. And if we have a look in Search Console right here, this is over the last 16 months as well. This page used to get a bit of traffic, it dropped off. It was starting to actually get a bit back before that. But if we actually look right here on the 16th, which is there, it does look like impressions did jump up quite a bit afterwards, which is a good sign. And then we did get a little bit of a traffic increase straight after, so it'll be interesting to see going forward. But I would say that it did look like this has increased the traffic. With that being said, there's more keywords targeted with this page now because I've got the FAQs in there. So I wouldn't say it was solely because I changed the publish date, because there are more keywords there. This one here on the 16th of February, what I done was I changed the word images to the word pictures in the title tag, the H1 and the title tag. And if we have a look here on this, and then I changed the publish date, resubmitted it on the 16th of February, which is around here somewhere. As you see, impressions went up a little bit. That may have happened anyway, and traffic didn't increase, so I would say it probably had no real impact on that one there. This is the next one. So on this page right here, on the 16th of February, I added 2 H2s to the page title, and then I reset the page publish date and then resubmitted it to Google. If we have a look at the 16th of February, which is around here somewhere, nothing really noticeable. This did hit the all-time high impressions over the last 16 months, but I'm not certain that that was anything to do with it, so wouldn't draw a connection there. And then the last one that's similar to this that I done is on this page here. I changed the full stop at the end of the content to an exclamation mark, and then I reset the publish date to be the 16th of February, which was the day I done it, and then resubmitted it to Search Console. And if we look at this one, 16th of February is somewhere around here, and nothing noticeable at all. So I wanted to test those things out. I think we can conclusively say that the publish date on its own doesn't really make any difference. But if we take a look at this one right here, this is one where I used to have the rankings and I lost it to a company called Houzz. I don't know how you say that, Houzz. This one right here, I made some fairly big changes. What I done was, initially I realized that they had an image gallery, and that was probably meeting the intent a bit better. People wanted to see images of what this thing was that I was talking about as well, so I added that to the bottom and a little bit of content to see if that would do anything. Without changing the publish date, it didn't really do anything noticeable. So on the that was on the 23rd of July 2020, and then on the 7th of January I decided to update the title and meta description, change the publish date, added H2s and H3s, I added images, I added an FAQ section with schema FAQ markup, I changed the internal links to link through to newer content, I styled the content, and then I shared it on Facebook and Twitter, so I got a little bit of traffic and engagement coming through. And this was actually the one that inspired me to test this other side with just testing the publish date, because if we have a look in Search Console, 7th of January, it was 7th of January, wasn't it? Yeah, 7th of January, so around here somewhere, it really shot up considerably, and I've actually, what I was ranking number 1 for, the main keyword that targets, this is a really small company, by the way. They've only got 4 stores across the country, and I've got them ranking number 1 for their main keyword, and that's what this is. So yeah, got back that number 1 spot, and got the traffic back for it as well. So that was a really good one. That's the first one to look at. After seeing the results of that one, it made me wonder if I could get this keyword back as well. This one isn't quite as important to the client, but it was good that we used to have it. So what I done on this one is I added FAQs. I added the code that styled the FAQs in a nice way. I added new heading tags. I added more images. I wrote a new title tag. I wrote a new meta description, and I republished the date, publish date, and I also submitted it to Search Console. I just didn't write it in here. So that was on the 20th of January, and if we look in here, 20th of January is around here, and it really shot straight back up again. So I pretty much recovered exactly where it was. Actually hit its all-time 16-month high during that period as well. So another really successful one. This is another good example of it. So this was another page that I used to rank for. It naturally drops off over time, and I wanted to get this position back. So I added FAQs with the schema FAQ markup. I added more images to the page. I actually added a gallery, so a pop-up gallery where when you click the image gets larger. I rewrote the title tag to improve the click-through rate, and then I changed the publish date, and then I sent it off to reindex in Search Console. And I've just got a note here that I was also going to write a meta description. Turns out I didn't need to, because if we look, 20th of January was around here. So it then shot up, and it's now doing really well. So I might actually go back in and do that anyway, just see if there's any more I can get. But as you can see, sort of recovered from where we were before, just by making those changes there. Here's another one that I was doing well for and lost rankings on. So this page right here, I basically added certain keywords into the page, the page's title and H1 tag that was getting impressions from Search Console. I added an FAQ section with schema FAQ markup from the people also asked section when searching for the main keyword, and that added around 300 words or so. I also added a gallery and titled it so the H2 had the word inspiration in there, as inspiration was one of the words that was getting impressions in Search Console, and it wasn't actually cannibalizing. I've got an images page that it wasn't cannibalizing because I didn't target it on that page. I added links to this page on a Pinterest board that I own to send traffic and engagement through. I changed the H2s to be first letter capitals, so the first letter of each word was a capital, and then I changed the publish date to be the 16th of February and submitted it to Search Console. This one not quite as impressive as the others, but there is a noticeable difference. So this is the 16th right here, and it definitely has increased a tad in traffic, but it's nowhere near what it used to be, but we can still see that it has made a difference with that one. And then this final one I want to take you through here is a really interesting one that I noticed. I actually wrote down that I wanted to increase the traffic on this page because this used to be the highest traffic page on the site. And what I found was actually editing the other pages seemed to increase the traffic on this page without me actually making any changes to it at all. Hence this comment right here on the 2nd of March when I looked at it. So afterwards I went in and made some changes just to see if that would do anything as well on the same day. But if we look in Search Console, this used to do really well, dropped off, and then all around that same period that I initially started making these updates, so sort of January time, this one shot straight back up again. So it seems like it doesn't only affect the page that you're doing this on. It looks like if you're updating old content, some of your other content is going to naturally jump up as well, which I thought was really interesting. The last thing I want to talk about before I close off this video is if other SEOs say that simply changing the publish date does affect your rankings and your traffic in Google, I don't think it's necessarily that they're lying, trying to deceive you or anything like that, or that they haven't actually tested it themselves. One of the things I think it could be why they say that is because if you've got a section like this on your homepage where it's got recent articles, two things will happen. Obviously, if it's pulling them in based on the most recent one, if you change your publish date to be today, it's going to put it in as the first one, which means that you've got an internal link from your homepage going to that page now. That might be what's playing a difference for some of these people. The site I was testing that on doesn't have that recent post so on the homepage, so maybe that's why. And another thing could be if the site that they do it on actually gets a lot of traffic already. Maybe people were going through to the homepage, clicking through onto that article because there's that link there, and then it's sending that traffic and engagement, which is another thing Google seems to respond well to. So it might be the fact that they're actually getting more people to that page that's pushed it up, not that it's the actual changing of the publish date that made that happen. So listen, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like it, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment down below with anything else you think's worth testing out, and I'll see you in the next video.